the Eldorians quickly learned how wrong they were. These newcomers humans, as they called themselves, so different. They did not wield staffs or chant incantations. They did not summon flame or thunder by will. Instead, they held peculiar devices, objects that looked like rods or rectangular boxes. When the first wizard tried to engage a human with a fireball, the human responded with a burst of blinding blue light. The fireball disintegrated mid-flight, and the wizard, once so assured in his power, crumbled in its wake. Rumors spread that the humans were immune to magic, their strange weapons rendering even the most potent spells useless. Wizards grew wary, watching the armored humans and their machines with awe, disdain, and no small amount of fear. The first battle. A great council was called in the capital city of Eldoria. King Roderick himself presided over the assembly, with his most powerful archmages, advisors, and warriors gathered in a grand chamber, adorned with tapestries of old battles and tales of mystical triumphs. Among them sat one of the kingdom's most seasoned wizards, Magus Eldrin, known for his wisdom and magical prowess. We must consider the possibility that these humans are not from our world, Eldrin began, eyes narrowed. They do not use mana or any arcane arts. Their power comes from their machines. A few scoffed at the idea. Machines. Eldoria had seen the occasional mechanical contraption, but they were clunky things, more fit for jesters than warriors. But one of the scouts who had survived an encounter spoke up, voice trembling. I saw one of them point a metal rod at our finest battle mage, and in an instant, he was gone. A flash of light, and he was no more. No spell, no shield, nothing stopped it. The room fell silent. Then let us show them true power, the king declared, raising his hand. They may have strange devices, but we have magic. Gather our strongest. Let us meet them and show them that Eldoria is not to be trifled with. A clash of forces. The Eldorian army, clad in enchanted armor and bearing powerful talismans, met the human contingent on an open plain. Mages stood at the front, their staffs and wands aglow with summoned energy, while soldiers bore enchanted blades and shields that shimmered with protective auras. Across the field, the humans lined up in a disciplined formation. They moved with precision, their strange vehicles humming with a low, almost menacing sound. Metal constructs hovered above them, each bristling with small cannons and rotating, gleaming lights. The humans held their weapons with practiced ease, though their faces were grim, their gazes steely. Magus Eldrin raised his staff, a swirling orb of fire foaming at its tip, prepared to face true power. Humans, he called out. Without a word, the humans reacted. In a seamless motion, they raised their weapons, and streaks of plasma shot out, striking down a line of Eldorian soldiers, before the mages could even complete their incantations. Shocked but undeterred, Eldrin launched his fireball, a blazing orb roaring toward the front lines of the human force. One of the humans raised a rectangular device. With a soft hum, a shield of crackling energy materialized in front of him, absorbing the fireball's heat in an instant. The fire dissipated, leaving only faint scorch marks on the shield surface. The human's secret weapon. A young Maga, RN, watched the exchange with wide eyes. He was a student of arcane studies, and had always seen magic as the highest form of power. But as he observed the humans, a new thought occurred to him. What if they're using a different kind of power? He murmured to himself. He had heard tales of human science, a word that sounded like alchemy, though it lacked the arcane elements. Eldrin's teachings came back to him. Magic is the shaping of mana, the life force of our world. But perhaps, he wondered, humans were using a different force, one not bound by Eldoria's rules. As the battle raged on, Orin approached a fallen human device. It was small, handheld, with a blinking light and strange symbols on it. He picked it up and felt a strange warmth of power that was not mana, yet palpable.
"What is this?" he whispered. He began fiddling with the device, and it suddenly whirred to life, projecting an image into the air, a moving scene of humans, laughing, working, building machines that Orin couldn't begin to understand. Humans didn't use magic because they didn't need it. They had built something entirely different. Understanding and alliance. In the aftermath of the battle, Eldoria's council reconvened, bruised but humbled. They'd lost, despite wielding spells and artifacts that could level mountains. Eldrun, though proud, had seen the battlefield devastation. He looked upon Orin, who showed him the human device and the image of humans working together. "They're not here to conquer, are they?" Orin asked softly. "They're explorers, scientists. They're here to learn." Eldrin closed his eyes, understanding dawning. The humans had answered their magic not with force, but with resilience, tools that harnessed nature without defying it. Their science was, in a sense, another kind of magic, one that could coexist with Eldoria's. So, with a decision made in both humility and hope, Eldoria reached out to the human contingent, seeking parley. Over the following weeks, humans and Eldorians began exchanging knowledge. The humans shared glimpses of their technology, their understanding of the physical laws that governed their universe, and in return, the Eldorians showed them the wonders of magic, the raw force of mana that flowed through their world. In time, they discovered that science and magic were two sides of the same coin. Humans used their knowledge to refine Eldorian spells, while Eldorian wizards helped the humans find new, previously unthinkable applications of their technology. Through mutual respect, they forged an alliance that became the stuff of legend, a bond between science and sorcery, plasma and fireballs, and together, they stood stronger, prepared for whatever lay beyond the next portal. In Eldoria's history, they would always remember the day they learned that the mightiest magic wasn't in a spell or a weapon, but in unity and understanding.
As the alliance between the humans and Eldorians deepened, both sides uncovered strengths they hadn't imagined. Being in combat or simple technology sharing, they discovered that blending magic with science allowed for unprecedented breakthroughs, and together they began pushing the boundaries of both. The new wonders. In a massive workshop, Eldorian mages collaborated with human scientists, melding mono-fueled crystals with electromagnetic energy to create hybrid devices that combine spellcasting with advanced computation. These new Moga-tech devices could analyze spells in real time, amplifying or altering them mid-cast for unique effects. Human medics, trained in physiology but unfamiliar with magic's healing arts, now wielded ones equipped with advanced sensors, enhancing healing spells with pinpoint precision. In the skies, human engineers and Eldorian air wizards designed a new class of airships, powered by both mana and fuel. These vessels soared faster and higher, using thrusters to augment levitation charms and allowing for near-limitless range. The humans were awestruck by the sight of mana crystals glowing as they powered engines without combustion, while Eldorian Sky Knights marveled at the reinforced steel hulls and pressurized cabins that allowed them to breach the edges of their atmosphere. For both sides, these creations weren't just marvels, they were symbols of their alliance, a new foundation on which they could build together. The dark threat began. Unbeknownst to the allied forces, a new threat was rising. The portals that had originally brought the humans into Eldoria were revealed to be artifacts of an ancient, forgotten civilization. In studying the portals together, human physicists and Eldorian rune scholars discovered traces of an alien intelligence, an enemy that had crossed dimensions long ago but lay dormant until now. As human scientists and Eldorian mages delved deeper, they unearthed strange devices around the portals, ancient relics that contain remnants of the alien civilization's power. The relics pulsed with energy that neither side fully understood. RN, now a young Maga scientist, recognized something ominous about the power. These relics, he whispered to his mentor Eldrin, are meant to control, not create. They twist the mana currents, warping reality. If reawakened, they could unravel both our worlds. The alien devices were not simple tools, they were part of a greater system, lying in wait, eager to consume the magic of Eldoria and the energies humans had introduced. Alarmed, the council convened with the human leaders, realizing that their alliance was more vital than ever. Battle of Realms. On a cold night under a shimmering, starlit sky, the ground shuddered as the ancient devices activated. Alien constructs, long hidden in buried ruins, emerged, driven by a hive mind whose sole purpose was to drain Eldoria of its magic, breaking the balance that sustained the planet. Human soldiers and Eldorian warriors fought side by side, wielding weapons of both plasma and arcane energy against the alien constructs, but these constructs adapted fast, analyzing the energies used against them, redirecting and repelling spells and plasma fire alike. Seeing the tide turn, RN, Magus Eldrin, and a human scientist named Dr. Amelia Sinclair devised a desperate plan. They would merge their two strongest forces, science and magic, in a daring move. They created a prototype Devasia Riftbreaker. By tapping into the ancient power of the portals, they could destabilize the alien hive's control over its construct, severing its influence. The Riftbreaker activation. The moment came as the final battle raged in the plains near Eldoria's capital. Oren, Eldrin, and Amelia carried the Riftbreaker to the heart of the conflict, shielding it with powerful warding spells and electromagnetic fields. With time running out, they activated the device, channeling every ounce of magic and scientific energy into it. The Riftbreaker surged with power, and a wave of energy spread across the battlefield. Alien constructs frenzy mid-attack, their hive mind fractured by the device's interference. As the Riftbreaker reached critical power, it pulsed, emitting a shockwave that destabilized the portal network. The ancient gateways began to collapse, cutting off the hive mind's access to Eldoria. Yet, even as victory neared, Oren and Amelia knew this was not the end. The Riftbreaker was not designed for sustained use. It would tear the mana fields apart unless quickly deactivated. In a selfless act, Oren offered to hold the portal open, using his own mana as an anchor, while Amelia shut down the Riftbreaker from within. Eldrin, seeing his student's resolve, clasped Oren's shoulder. "You have brought hope to both our worlds. Go with honor." As the portal finally closed, severing the alien threat, a deep, quiet peace fell over the land. Oren and Amelia returned as heroes, hailed by both humans and Eldorians. They had protected both science and magic, saving Eldoria and uniting the two worlds in a bond forged in blood and courage. Legacy of the Alliance. The legacy of unity. As the years passed, Celestium became more than a city. It became a beacon of unity, knowledge, and possibility. The Eldorians and humans shared a purpose beyond survival. Their collaboration forged new frontiers in medicine, agriculture, and transportation, blending the impossible and the practical into a world more vibrant and capable than they had ever dreamed. A new generation grew up knowing magic and technology not as rivals but as partners, each shaping the other in unexpected ways. In time, other species from across the cosmos came to Celestium, drawn by tales of the city where science and sorcery walked hand in hand. They marveled at the soaring towers and mana-infused technology, awed by the arcane machine forge that had repelled the Veraktar. They shared their own cultures and knowledge, each adding new layers to the fabric of Celestium. Yet, even amid this flourishing alliance, the legacy of the Veraktar attack remained. To honor those who had fallen defending Celestium, the city's highest spire was crowned with a beacon, a pulsing light of plasma and mana that symbolized the strength of their unity. It shone as a reminder of what they had overcome and as a signal to all who ventured near. Here was a place where differences weren't feared but celebrated. Years later, Magus Eldrin, now much older and revered as one of the founding leaders, would stand beside Commander Reyes, watching the ever-bright light atop the spire. He marveled at what they had achieved, friends and allies from distant stars, magic flowing seamlessly with circuits, and a generation that never questioned the harmony between their ways. "Do you think it'll last?" Reyes asked quietly, her eyes reflecting the beacon's glow. Eldrin smiled, his voice soft but certain. "As long as we remember that our strength lies in the unity of our differences, this will always be home." And so Celestium stood, a testament to what was possible when the heart of humanity and the spirit of Eldoria worked as one at plasma and fireballs, science and sorcery, forever intertwined in the light that guided them all.